dare you?" Pete said. "Never!" Sam shot back. They stood on the sidewalk, staring at the old Baxter house. It loomed over them, dark and menacing. "Chicken," Pete muttered. He knew Sam was scared. Everyone was scared of the Baxter house, especially the red door in the basement. Sam swallowed hard. "Fine," he said, "but if I go in, you're coming with me." The old iron gate creaked as they pushed it open. Dead leaves crunched under their feet. The air grew cold, sending shivers down their spines. The house was silent except for the wind whistling through the broken windows. The paint was peeling and the porch sagged dangerously. "You sure about this?" Pete whispered, his voice trembling. Sam didn't answer. He was already at the front door, his hand on the rusty doorknob. The door creaked open. Dust filled the air, thick and suffocating. Cobwebs hung from every corner. The musty smell made Sam's stomach churn. They stepped inside, their eyes adjusting to the darkness. The only light came from the moon shining through the grimy windows. "See," Pete said, his voice a little louder now, "nothing scary here." But as he spoke, a floorboard creaked upstairs. They both froze, their hearts pounding in their chests. They moved cautiously through the house, each sound making them jump. The air grew colder as they descended the stairs to the basement. The basement door was at the bottom of the stairs. It was old and made of dark wood, just like the rest of the house. But unlike the other doors, this one was bolted shut. "The red door," Sam whispered. He could feel a cold draft coming from under it. Pete took a step back. "Maybe we should go." Sam's hand shook as he reached for the bolt. He pulled it back slowly, the metal screeching in the silence. He threw open the door. A cold blast of air hit them, carrying the scent of damp earth and something else. Something rotten, and there it was, the red door. But it wasn't just red, it was crimson, like blood. "Oh man," Pete breathed, his face pale. Sam took a step closer to the red door. He could hear something now, a faint whispering coming from behind it. "Do you hear that?" he whispered back to Pete. Pete nodded, his eyes wide with terror. The whispering was getting louder now, and Sam thought he could make out words. "Help me," the voices seemed to say. "Let me out." Sam reached into his pocket and pulled out the old key he'd found earlier. He didn't know why he'd taken it. It had just seemed important. The key fit perfectly in the lock. "Don't!" Pete cried, but it was too late. Sam had already turned the key. The door creaked inward, as if inviting them in. Sam stepped through the doorway, and Pete was right behind him. They both gasped. The room was empty. There was no one there. The whispering had stopped. Sam turned back to Pete, confusion clouding his fear. Where did they go? But Pete was gone. Sam was all alone. Sam ran to the red door. He rattled the handle, but it wouldn't open. He was trapped. "Pete!" he screamed. "Where are you?" But there was no answer, only silence. Sam sank to the ground, his back against the red door, his eyes wide with terror. He was alone, and something told him he was never going to leave this room. The red door had taken them. What happened to Pete? Where did the voices go? No one knows. The red door remains, a silent testament to the terrifying dare and the mystery that lies beyond.